Welcome to Body and Mind, where we dive deep into the art of mastering both your mental and physical self. Today, I want to take you on a journey that begins with a simple yet profound question. What does it mean to live a truly resilient life? For centuries, human beings have been searching for answers to life's biggest challenges. How do we deal with adversity? How do we overcome fear and anxiety? How do we navigate a world that feels increasingly out of our control? These are the questions that philosophers have pondered since the dawn of time. But there's one philosophy in particular that stands out. A philosophy that has not only withstood the test of time, but continues to offer practical, life-changing wisdom for modern living. That philosophy is Stoicism, and it's what we'll be diving into today and throughout this series. So, imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning and everything seems to be going fine. But then, suddenly, something throws you off. Maybe it's an unexpected email from work, bad news from a friend, or a sudden realization that your goals feel out of reach. Stress begins to mount, and your mind starts racing. You feel your chest tighten, your thoughts spiral, and soon, you're stuck in a loop of anxiety. We've all been there, haven't we? That feeling of losing control, being overwhelmed by circumstances outside of ourselves. It's like trying to stay afloat in a storm that we didn't see coming. But what if I told you there was a way to navigate that storm, to not only stay afloat but to find calm and clarity in the midst of it? That's where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism, at its core, is a philosophy of resilience. It's about learning how to stay grounded, how to maintain peace of mind, no matter what's happening around you. The Stoics believed that while we can't control external events, we can always control our responses. And that's a radical thought when you really let it sink in. Let's break that down a bit. There's so much in life that is out of our hands. We can't control other people's opinions, the weather, the economy, or even our past. Yet, we often spend a huge amount of mental energy worrying about these things, don't we? We stress over what we can't change, and that only leads to frustration, anger, or even despair. But what if, instead, you could shift your focus to what's within your control? What if you could learn to accept the things you can't change and master the things you can? That's the Stoic way. It's about developing an inner strength that allows you to face whatever comes your way with grace, clarity, and unshakable resolve. It's about living with intention and recognizing that no matter what happens outside of you, the real battle is always within. In the Stoic worldview, there's a concept called the dichotomy of control. It's one of the foundational principles of this philosophy. Simply put, it's the idea that we should focus on the things we can influence and let go of the things we can't. Easier said than done, right? But here's the thing. Once you start practicing this mindset, it's transformative. When you stop wasting energy on things you can't control, you free up mental space to focus on what really matters. Let me give you an example. One of the most famous Stoics was Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor. Now, imagine being the emperor of Rome, one of the most powerful men in history. You'd think that would make life easier, right? But no. Marcus Aurelius faced constant threats. Political conspiracies, wars, plagues, and the never-ending pressures of ruling an empire. And yet, in the midst of all that chaos, he kept a journal, writing down his thoughts on how to remain calm, focused, and virtuous. That journal would later become known as Meditations, one of the greatest works of Stoic philosophy. In Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Think about that for a moment. Marcus understood that even though he ruled the greatest empire on earth, he couldn't control everything that happened around him. But he could control how he responded to those events. He could control his mind, and that's where real power lies. Let's pause here and think about how this applies to your life. When was the last time you let a situation get the best of you? Maybe someone said something hurtful, and you carried that with you for days. Maybe an unexpected setback threw off your entire week. We all fall into that trap, where we let external events control our internal state. But what if, like Marcus Aurelius, you could develop the mental discipline to remain steady and composed, no matter what comes your way? That's what I'm going to help you with throughout this series. We're going to explore how to develop a stoic mindset in a world that often feels chaotic. I'll show you how to apply these ancient principles to modern challenges, whether it's dealing with stress, improving your relationships, or simply becoming more disciplined in your daily life. But Stoicism is not just about the mind. It's about the body too. The Stoics believed that taking care of the body is just as important as cultivating the mind. They understood that the two are deeply interconnected. After all, a strong mind resides in a strong body. That's why on this channel, we're not just going to talk about Stoic philosophy. We're going to combine it with actionable strategies to improve both your mental and physical health. We'll dive into daily practices that you can start using right now to strengthen your body and your mind. From meditation techniques that sharpen your focus and reduce stress to fitness routines that push your physical limits. This series is designed to help you become the best version of yourself, not just intellectually, but holistically. It's about cultivating a balanced life, where mental toughness and physical strength go hand in hand. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but can Stoicism really help me in today's world? The answer is yes. In fact, Stoicism might be more relevant today than ever before. We live in a time where we're constantly bombarded with distractions, noise, and pressures. It's easy to get lost in it all, to feel overwhelmed, anxious, and even disconnected from yourself. Stoicism offers a blueprint for cutting through that noise and finding clarity. It teaches you how to stay centered in the face of uncertainty, how to find peace even when things don't go your way, and how to cultivate an unshakable sense of inner calm. And that's why I believe Stoicism is such a valuable tool for anyone looking to improve themselves. Whether you're trying to build a business, manage stress, or simply live a more meaningful life, these principles can help you get there. The Stoic mindset isn't about becoming emotionless or detached from the world. It's about becoming more connected to what really matters. It's about learning to let go of the trivial and focus on the essential. So, if you're ready to embark on this journey of self-mastery, if you're ready to take control of your mind, body, and life, I invite you to subscribe right now. Over the next 30 days, we'll be exploring the core principles of Stoicism, breaking them down into practical steps that you can use every day. You'll learn how to develop mental toughness, overcome challenges, and build a life of purpose and resilience. This isn't just about surviving life's obstacles. It's about thriving through them. It's about forging a mindset that sees opportunity in adversity, strength in struggle, and clarity in chaos. Together, we'll learn from the great Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, but more importantly, we'll learn how to apply their wisdom to the modern world. So, if you want to stop being reactive and start being proactive, if you want to master your mind and build a body that reflects that inner strength, you're in the right place. This is Body and Mind, and we're just getting started. Subscribe now, and let's begin the transformation.